Hi everyone, I'm Erin and this is the Cardboard Republic. We are back this week with our August to be played. This month, we tried not to be quite so, let's say, ambitious as we were in our July to be played. Our July to be played consisted primarily of 3+ hour games. The same month that we were going to Gen Con and also launching this video channel and maintaining the normal site and working. So this month, we thought things through. First up, we have Codenames. This was the sleeper hit of Gen Con 2015. No one expected it to take off like it did, but this game is super fun and light and easy, and it plays really well in a social setting, but it's still not quite a party game. The whole premise of Codenames is that you have a spy master and one or more spies. The spy master has to give word association clues to the spy so that the spy can tell which in a series of cards the spy master is trying to point them to. It's a little tricky to actually explain this one, I know, but it is really fun to play. It's actually pretty simple when you sit down and get it going. We're really hoping to get this one to the table a couple more times this month because it's just a lot of fun and it doesn't require a whole lot of brain power, but there's enough depth there to actually keep people engaged. What I really like about Codenames though is it generates great stories. It's one of those games that you play one night and then you want to tell all of your friends about the awesome session that you had the next day. Next we have Mysterium. So this again is one that we have already played this month, so it's a little bit cheating, but I don't really care. Mysterium is about a ghost who is wrongfully convicted in his life and then killed. The ghost has to give clues to the other players to try to lead them in the direction of the killer, the true killer. They do this by looking at these very surreal cards and interpreting what the ghost could mean by giving them this card. And this game is so difficult depending on who your ghost is and who your players are. But it varies so widely every single time you play, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a co-op game, and it really gets everyone at the table engaged, but it doesn't have that alpha gamer problem that you run into with so many co-ops, because the nature of the cards is so subjective that any player can argue for any interpretation, and they might be right. The next game we have is Operation Faust. We don't have a final version of this game, but it is our August game of the month. We've played it before and it's just really cool. So it's set in World War II, but instead of being a typical battle game, it's a game about rescuing all of the art that the Nazis have confiscated during the course of their invasions. Operation Faust is a bluffing and deduction game for 3 to 8 players, and the really cool thing about this one is that there is no player elimination. I really like that because it's not as much fun if one player gets knocked out fairly early and then what are they supposed to do for the rest of the night? This one got caught in shipping purgatory somewhere, and so instead of having a finished copy to show you, I have my cat Nim sleeping on a shelf. Sorry. We always like to include in these to be played lists one game that we've played a lot before but haven't gotten to the table recently. So this month that is Race for the Galaxy. I know this one is very hit or miss with a lot of people, and BGG is constantly on fire about whether this game is the worst game ever or the best game ever. What I really like about it is it's a tableau building game that challenges you to build the most efficient engine you can as quickly as you can. You can only put out 12 cards, and when you put out that 12th card, the game is just over. So you need to make sure that the cards you're playing are the best possible variations and the best possible choices for the empire that you're building. It doesn't feature a lot of player interaction, which is why a lot of people have soured on the game overall, although some of the expansions do change that. But I really like it. I think it's a good kind of puzzly game to play with your friends, especially once you know the cards really well and you can tell which card in that giant stack, that massive deck, it is that you're waiting for, and you have to make that decision of, well, do you play something now that gets you points, or do you wait and try to get that one card out of like 7 million, I don't know, I'm bad at numbers, 7 million that you could need to win the game. So this month our list is admittedly a little short, but with Gen Con at the beginning of the month and then a vacation at the end of the month, and just recovering from Gen Con like throughout the rest of the month, because oh man, we decided to take it easy on ourselves and try to set achievable goals. But we are still going to pull one from our deck of cards. I also have a few cards to add into this stack. These are the games that we got in last month during July. So this one, the Exodus Giant expansion. We are gonna add these in. Shuffling them together. I was supposed to practice bridge shuffling over the course of the month, but instead I watched some Murder, She Wrote and played Invisible Ink. I regret nothing. Sentinel Tactics. So, Sentinel Tactics, this is obviously set in the Sentinels of the Multiverse universe, and it is a tactical game that allows you to play one-on-one battles or team-based battles. You can do a scenario campaign sort of thing, or you can just go into a skirmish mode. It seems to play a lot like actually your general arena-based MMO. I know Ryan has played this one before. I have not, so we will see what happens. Thank you all for watching. This was our to be played for August, so we'll be back at the end of the month to show you how we did. Hopefully better than we did in July, because we can't really be worse than we did in July. We did really, really horribly with our to be played in July, but we're going to be better. We will be better. If you like what we are doing here, please be sure to subscribe and hit that little like button down below. You can leave us a comment. We're very interested in hearing what you guys have to say about our new content. Bye. Goodbye now. Bye. She's asleep. She doesn't. Yeah. Sooner or later, she's going to ruin something in this video. It is a game about word association. So you... We picked a series of games this month that are incredibly difficult to describe on camera. Look, this is what he does. Oh, that's such a lovely box. Oh my gosh, you should read what's on the back. Well, I would like to, but it's sideways. Don't make games in square boxes. They just confuse Ryan.